So let's talk about Don Lemon, Tucker Carlson, and what's happening in the propaganda world. Oh, the news world, sorry. Let's get a few things off my chest. News when I was younger. I remember my parents used to sit in front of the TV and it would be about getting news, not opinions. And literally, the newscaster would tell you what's happening. He wouldn't say if it was good or bad. He wouldn't give his opinion. He wouldn't say anything. That was up to you to come up with and to figure out. Tucker Carlson we used to work for Fox News, and now he's fired. As they would say, the far right. And he would pick on the far left, which was CNN. To me, they're both propaganda, Fox News and CNN. I mean, you'd get very little percentage of actual news, and you'd get more opinionated than you would anything else. Now, every newscast in the world is acting like, oh my God, they got fired. Let's understand something. Don Lemon makes an estimated $4 million a year is what he makes. That's what he gets paid, is $4 million a year from the actual network. And I don't know, I think he's got about 12 million put away. Boy, that's horrible. He got fired, isn't it? Too many jobs I've gotten fired from in my years and never had 12 million sitting in the bank. I mean, this guy could retire and just be done with it. But he won't. He'll probably open a YouTube channel or be very much like Bill O'Reilly, who has a net worth of 90 million because he was let go too. You're going to find most of these news people, when they get let go, they start writing books and then they open YouTube channels and then they come out with the real news. Look, they know how to talk. They've been trained. And they have the money to pay big people to help them. They don't even have to edit a video. So it's all about a popularity contest. Don Lemon, Tucker Carlson, it's all strictly just popularity. And because they have a following, and because people like to be programmed, like I've stated in many other videos, they will be upset about it. You will probably see people saying, that's it, I'm not watching Fox no more. Because I love my Tucker Carlson. They obviously love somebody that likes to rant with no purpose and just a lot of opinions. Nothing more. And if you kind of think about it, these two guys were taken out by their own TOS. I mean, after all, these places are ran by a board of directors which make big money from these news companies. And they look at the bottom line. They don't care who Tucker Carlson is or Don Lemon, any of these guys, or how popular they are. They don't care about anything. All they care about is the bottom line, the money. And from what I understand, Don Lemon's ratings have been dropping, and so has Tucker Carlson's ratings have been dropping. It's just not getting the advertising dollars. See, here's the problem. And YouTube is the same way. If you make a YouTube channel on memes and you hit over 100,000 subs, you will not get that silver play button. YouTube will not give you a silver play button because you're running a channel on memes. They have a lot of TOS rules with that, believe it or not. Now, these guys tend to like to push the envelope a little bit, whether they're far right, far left, whatever. But the bottom line is the ratings. Now, Tucker Carlson, because he would push it to the far right, he didn't have very many advertisers that wanted to advertise with him. They'd like, oh, no, 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 I don't want to be on his show because, how edgy and how he talks. No, no, that's not a safe family where I want to put my advertising dollars. So even though he would have a lot of people watching, he didn't have the amount of advertising dollars paying on that end. And Tucker Carlson makes, well, his net worth is about 15 million a year, is what it is. 15, 20 million a year. Think about that. Every job I ever got fired from when I was younger, um, I'd get one more paycheck and it would be a scramble to get another job. Literally. In 2 weeks, I'd get another paycheck and I'd be scrambling because mortgage was due, bills were due, everything was going to climb up my ass. And I didn't have any money banked away. I was too young. I was 25, 28. You know, these guys are all sitting back with, 10, $15 million sitting in the bank. They could relax for the next 6 years. And everybody's acting like it's the end of the world because these guys got fired. It is just so funny. All these Fox News and CNN are propaganda channels. That's all they are. I don't know why people watch them, but a good majority do. And obviously, they're making big money when they can afford to pay anchors $4 million a year. I mean, that's a pretty good chunk of change. I personally don't think anybody's worth $4 million a year, but that's just me. But and then you got to think, well, now they've got investments and they've got all kinds of other things they got on the go also because they have money to burn and money to make mistakes with, right? But are you upset they fired Don Lemon, or are you upset that they fired Tucker Carlson? I mean, this is nothing new. This has been going on for years. There's many news people that have been let go um, due to ratings, due to because they went to their head. I mean, some people will even say Tucker Carlson went to his head and he would just say things that probably the network wouldn't agree with, and he'd push it through. Now, of course, one of them just got sued for a lot of money, and there's probably more suing going on coming down the line here, and the directors could be doing just damage control. I thought it was funny when um, Don Lemon said, "Oh, they fired me," and he announced it over Twitter. And I never seen anything so stupid in my life. He really thinks people are that dumb. In any job I ever worked, I got called into an office with a second person sitting there as a witness, so in case I flipped out, I guess, and they would actually fire me there with two people. And then they would walk me out of the company to make sure, I guess, nothing got damaged or anything. And I mean, I'm not no 20 million, $4 million a year guy. So can you imagine a $4 million employee, and he has an agent, and he has other people that look after him. He has his own lawyers, and that they did not invite him into an office to do it professionally. Give me a break. He knew he was getting fired, and he just did not want to accept it and be a man and walk into the office and take his medicine. Instead, he just chose not to, and they did it the other way. That's all there is to it. I've never seen such bullshit in my life, you know. And he's also got a contract. They both do. And they're not walking out of there with all of a sudden no paycheck tomorrow. I mean, there will be consequences for both of these businesses to pay whatever the contract is. If the contract's 4 million, they probably got to pay out the 4 million and then some. And here you go, you're on your way. They're not even the same league as us. So don't feel sorry for them. Give me a break. They got enough money where they can eat lobster and friggin' steak for the rest of their lives until they pass away. There's nothing to feel sorry for. And both of them usually just gave opinions. They never really reported news. If you think they reported news, let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you think of it. But I don't watch any of these type of people. I really have to dig to get hard news, and it becomes sometimes 4 hours of research just to get, 5 minutes of some truth. And I really have to dig hard to get it because there is so much propaganda anymore. It's like the average person just does not have the time to even get the information. They're just feeding this crap to people. Anyhow, that's my opinion. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.